Hello everyone and welcome back. I don't know why I have this all broken up. Oh yeah, because I just did the outro. That is why. But welcome back everyone. We are playing mono red with the firebending student and things like that going on with lessons. That's kind of, I was talking about maybe pivoting to blue red, and I think that is the correct choice. But we're going to try mono red and see what we can get with it. We're going to see how well the matches had gone and if this card is actually worth building around and playing cards that give it haste. If you don't know what this does, it has Firebending X, where X is its power and it has prowess. So it's kind of one of those. I don't even want to say the card's name. It got banned. I don't even want to mention that card. But basically, we play this on maybe a turn 3 or something, and then we can wild run it to give it haste. Or sometimes, if we're on the play, just playing it will get it done. If we start off with a Higher Claw or a Fire Nations Cadet. But we can wild run it, give it haste. It'll go up to 3, 4, and then 5. And then that makes 5 red mana that can even kick a Burst Lightning on that kind of turn 3 play. Or if you have a Slick Shot in there as well, then you're just like, you cast Burst Lightning, you cast Might or an Abandon, and then you're just doing all sorts of crazy things that your opponent is not going to obviously be that prepared for. With that said, we're just going to go ahead and dive into the games. I am a bit rushed. I don't know if this video is actually even going to be that long, unfortunately, but I do have to go to Philly and run packs there and do kind of that stuff. So, like I said, I hope you all enjoy the video regardless, and let's go game. Okay. Cool, I guess. But I guess, I mean, it is a pretty cool hand. We just got to rage, you know? Hope this thing lives. Alright, has a good chance with that being the first play, I guess. Get in there, brother. The only real problem is this, like, doesn't do anything. Well, that does, I guess. How about the red? Here. Feels like good enough ability to use it on. 13. Not bad, not bad. The only real problem is they're not going to really put many creatures out. Yeah, so there's a Star Cage. They lose their investment, though, for that. So, take it. I guess plot, and then see what happens from there. This is my only problem with this card, is it just feels so much worse. Sacrifice this artifact draw. So it has to have a sacrifice clause on it. They can't just do it. As long as there's lesson cards. Go Firebending student. And let's go pass here. Problem is, I'm probably going to have to use this on the Firebending student because I don't know what else to do. And my opponent concedes. Okay. Sure, I guess. Wild Run not necessarily needed in this hand, that's for sure. But 3 mana, not realistically likely to draw a ton more lands. Omniscience combo. Not my opponent playing Omniscience combo. They would never do that to me, right? They would. Guess get in there. A way to force. Oh well, I lied. Open my mouth. Get dumb prizes. I mean, if they have it, they have it. Like, there's nothing I'm playing around here. Go Slick Shot here, I guess. Do a big old crack. Force them to just have it. You have it. I'm assuming it's Karna. It's not. Maybe it's not. Challenger. Here. We're gonna bounce anything. It's obviously gonna be the one I targeted. Then I should be fine to win here. upstairs. Just a little extra. Maybe it's why I should have wild rided the turn before instead of +2. I just figured giving the fire student, if I ripped it, a bigger power buff would give me more mana to cast everything to win, but I guess it didn't really matter. Well, sure. All right. How many firebending lessons do you need taught? Float. Look at this, man. Just two firebenders having a good time. Send it. Got it. Have at thee. A lot of mana here. Which is like not necessarily the worst, right? Typically mana is always kind of seen as a bad thing. Yeah, I'm just passing here. I got literally no action other than interacting with the board, and I would assume my opponent's in the same spot. Best part about this card is it doesn't go face. Hint into the sarcasm. I'll play a firebending student. I'll let us both play the video game. Pass. I'll force him to do another spell to it. It can, obviously, but I'm okay with this. Sure. Like I still get value here. It's not like I'm saving it by just burst lightning them or something. Now I can go slick shot, wild ride, snipe one of their things. If I do rip another land, obviously we're gonna kind of do some crazy stuff. They might go a little bonkers here, but that's like okay. Not really okay, but the only downside is if they fling it, which people aren't really on. But they could be. I don't know what that says. Land, okay. Okay, pop for quite a bit. But again, if they fling it, they fling it. I'm not a believer in that. Flick. Target creature gains trample until on a turn. It don't. Let's barrel this here. Up. So as you can tell, one of the kind of win conditions here that we're doing is just full fatigue here, to be quite honest. And I'm not worried about anything else that they're doing. Go 2, go here, wild run here, blast their dude. Here. Full empty slate. Okay, well, you know, if there's an airball to ever be happening. I'm just going to hold up the firebending lesson, I guess. Crack him for 9. Lose my dude, so that's okay. That's a pretty good song. Honestly, a card that we probably should be considered playing. Go for another opera love song. Turn to favor, copy target spell. Okay, sure. Firebender. This is honestly a card I probably should be playing. I think it's a decent card. I think Emberheart is better here. But I think they should answer Slick Shot. Because, like, one can win, but... Man, only if this would go face, bro. I mean, yeah, I'm insane if I shoot my slick shot. If this is just a burn spell, like, I'm cooked. Okay. Creature has Firebending 2. Okay, sure. Yeah, just combat here. Go ahead. 2-1 until in a turn. Has Firebending 2. Sure. Third opera song. Fourth. Sure. You have a land for your Hellkite. I think you have to warp from hand. Yeah. So this is an exile, so they can't warp this. So this has to be a land, which most likely is not. Hey, there's a land, and there's another Hellkite, dude. Your deck's nuts. Obviously, I'm doing a little bit of trolling. Let's play a Hired Claw here. I could do some math. So if I get 2 to the face... I think we have it. I actually don't know. So I play a Higher Claw. I just want to actually do the math. Higher Claw, we go to combat. This fire bends 2, so we can at least pump it to 2. We burst lightning them. This goes to 3. They're down to 8. So we're saying that this is at 3 damage. This is at 5 damage in total, and they're at 8. And then I cast this here to prowess and then pump this again. I think works. Do I have the mana for that? No, I think I'm short one. Weird, but all right. Oh wow, bro. Sure. This has Firebending 2 as long as I have a spell in the yard, so it feels like I should be fine. Please don't shelter me. I literally can't beat it. If I get sheltered right off the rip, I'm cooked. Alright, cool. Weirdly, for a red creature, being able to brick wall that seems a bit absurd. Let's just clear the way, I guess. Honestly, probably won't clear that out of the way. I'll probably just wait and burst lightning something a bit more important. Yeah. Nice counters. Thankfully here, I don't even have to cast this. I just get to pump this and hit them, which is nice. Now we have the burst lightning. We're ready to go. For like second one of these. Interesting. Don't know if I would, doing that, but sure. Good combat. 2. Most likely can just do this now. Sweet. Kinda got what we wanted. Firebending Student. End of turn. Firebending Student is where this deck gets, like, absurd because of the amount of mana and plays you get to make. Shelter me. I dareth thee. Actually not letting that happen. And they just give up. The life gain deck gives up against aggro. That is wild. I mean, I don't blame them. Like, what are you really going to do if you can't get your stuff online? I would assume these 2 cards in the hand are bricks, which means just, like, dead cards in the matchup. But, yeah, cool. Obviously, wish we were on the play, but can't get everything. Appa, get off the green, bruh! Appa coming in sliding, bro. We're running it down. Oh, interesting. Am I supposed to... I think I Firebending Student here. I think it's just wrong not to. I mean, I could be obviously wrong on that take, but it just felt wrong to do it. Sure. getting blacked right now. We'll have some firebending going on here. Here. Let's see. Here. Show me the protection spell, dude. Show it to me. Brutal. I have firebending a million. It just doesn't matter, I don't think. Sure. Two here. Level here. Play here. Now, I feel like you're going to throw a big old swing at us. I just don't know. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, that happens. I ain't defending that at all. If I'm defending that, I'm losing, and it's not close. Earth Lightning finally comes through. I have so much firebending here that it's not even funny. Here. I wonder if I can kind of stack the way these resolve. I don't know which one. I would assume this is the one I want to resolve. It's gonna resolving them all. Brutal. Yeah. They don't block, they're dead. I don't think they blocked. I don't think they blocked. Maybe just throw one. Just throw a block, dude. But good game. Sure did. I got some lizards. They're ready, bro. They're feisty. Boom. Look at this guy, dude. Don't you dare. Don't you dare burst lightning this guy. Just play your threat, bro. It's people like you, dude. Do we think they have another threat? Probably not. Another answer to a threat? Bonk. Mouse. Trample. Trample. He told you they didn't have another threat. Or another answer to my threat. They also might still have an answer to my threat. It just... Ooh. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Here. With white in their deck, I'm not letting them shelter by Ghost me. Or have like that protection spell. Firebending student is now gone forever. So we miss it. We miss her. Okay. What are the odds? Seriously though. What are the odds? Wild run. Plus 10. That's gross. This one. Okay. Bonk. Wild run for the win. Very nice. All right. So I have ran out of time. I am pretty much out of games I can play with this deck for now, unfortunately. Again, it just kind of sucks. I have to go do another show. It was kind of last minute. And we're incredibly short-handed on it. So it's just kind of a lot to do, you know. It's not necessarily like that big of a deal. I think 100% we can do it. It's just more or less like having to do it. But this is where we're at. This is mono red. I do think technically, as good as mono red is with firebending, it feels like you definitely just want to be mono red. But I think that just limiting ourselves to mono red is trap, especially considering one of this deck's one of its peaks is whenever you can get an Emberheart Challenger going and targeting it and drawing extra cards and so on and so forth. Not necessarily drawing, but putting extra cards in. And with the lessons, the blue one is just so powerful, and maybe even be able to play this. I know this is sorcery speed, but it's not that bad when we have firebending, right? But I guess I'll have to type it in. It's a cumulative knowledge, I think, but lesson will just get me there quicker. It'll be right there. This card is just so good that when we get stumped or everything removed because we get things countered or board wiped, this card will just buy us back in, and I am fully confident that playing this card is definitely the move, and it should be in this list. And honestly, the amount of lessons we have are probably fine. Just adding these in would help, and then getting us to play maybe Storm Chaser's Talent or something like that. Or if there's maybe it'll clinch you, maybe playing like 2 of these just as a solid counter spell. You can even maybe play the lady that does it. Oh, she's in the not collected because I somehow haven't opened any. Grand, you could maybe play her instead of maybe a higher claw, but I do like the fact that with my extra firebending mana, I can technically upgrade this, and this is also legendary, so it gets kind of weird playing around that. But just in general, I would also not mind playing these. I think this is a way better upside than this, even though this might be more mana efficient in terms of how our plays are. This card reaches, and one of our main things that I ran into is just somebody plays like a 2/4 in front of me. I'm like, okay, well, I need either 2 of these or I have to kick Burst Lightning against it. But if I can just play Combustion Technique, I feel a lot better about my odds of winning that match and getting there with that card. But that's it. That's all I got. That's it for me. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.